Welcome back. Today we're doing a deep dive into something, well, pretty specific. It's a source document called Excerpts from Guiding Content Creation, a prompt for authors. Our mission, really, is to kind of decode this prompt. What exactly is it asking creators to do? These requirements seem almost surgical.
They really are. And what strikes me is just how prescriptive they get. These aren't just suggestions, are they? They're like direct instructions for things you might not even think about. Titles, descriptions, even how the main content is laid out. It's a fascinating look behind the scenes.
Okay, yeah, let's get into it. We've pulled out a few key areas from this prompt that really stand out. First, the title guidelines.
Right.
It says 60 to 70 characters, strict length, English only, needs an icon. And this one's interesting. No colon allowed. What's that about? Seems a bit random.
Well, maybe not entirely random if you think about systems. A colon could, potentially break things, like how a title displays on a really small screen, maybe, or how software parses data fields.
Ah,
It might just be about ensuring it looks right and works technically everywhere. No awkward cutoffs or data glitches.
that makes sense. So a tiny rule, but maybe a big technical reason behind it. And that same level of detail carries over to the descriptions, doesn't it?
It does. Similar rules there. Length is 250 to 290 characters. Again, English. Again, needs an icon.
But then there's this phrase, the description should offer many choices. What do you think that means?
Yeah, many choices definitely makes you pause. It could hint at maybe personalization. Or perhaps it's about A/B testing, trying out different description versions to see which ones grab users more effectively.
So different angles or calls to action within that character limit?
Exactly. It suggests the description isn't just a fixed block of text, but something more dynamic, aimed at engagement.
Huh. So it's not just what you say, but how you can vary it to, well, get results. Interesting. And it doesn't stop there. The prompt gets into the actual structure of the article.
Right into the bones of it.
It explicitly says, list the main points. In English, of course. It's not just write something good. It's break it down like this.
Yeah, and listing main points up front.
Yeah.
That's obviously great for the reader, right? Quick scan, get the gist. But it's probably also useful for, say, search engines or maybe AI tools that summarize content. Makes a core message super accessible.
Instantly findable, yeah. And connected to that, it also requires identifying the main keywords, again, English, so you put it all together, character counts, icons, no colons, main points listed, keywords identified. It paints a picture of content that's really engineered.
Highly engineered. Designed to fit perfectly into a specific system or platform.
Which brings up a big question, I think. Does this level of specificity stifle the writer?
Oh.
Or does it actually create a framework where you can be creative within those lines?
That really is the central tension, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
On one level, it feels restrictive, like very tight constraints. But then again, think about constraints in art, like a sonnet or, a haiku. The form is rigid, but creativity flourishes inside it.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe this prompt forces a different kind of creativity. One focused on clarity, precision, hitting the mark within very defined technical needs, making sure the message lands perfectly in its intended environment.
That's a really good way to frame it. A limitation becomes a challenge. So, recapping our deep dive into these excerpts, we've seen just how detailed these rules are. Titles, 60, 70 characters. Descriptions, 250, 290. Both need icons, both in English. No colons in titles.
Plus the main points and keywords.
Right, main points and keywords explicitly listed. It's a very, very prescriptive blueprint for content.
It really is. And if we step back for a second, think about what that means for you, the person actually reading or using this content.
Yeah.
These rules, they're not just technical details for the author. They fundamentally shape the final product. How information is presented to you, summarized for you. It definitely makes you wonder how content built this way might be guiding your attention, maybe even subtly influencing how you perceive things.
That's a really important takeaway. So for you listening, maybe start noticing this stuff. When you're reading online, look beyond just the words. Think about the structure, the length, the little icons. Could there be a set of unseen rules, like the ones we talked about, shaping what you're seeing? It gives you a new lens, maybe, for appreciating just how information is constructed and delivered.